with 10:30 to go. Chargers will plug it into play. Chapman to plug it into play. Does so into the backcourt for Troy Saxton. Troy walks it up. Fires it up ahead to Preston Herring. Herring swings it out to Troy down to the baseline, who's fouled down low by Jones. Little reach-in foul by Patrick Jones. That is the fourth team foul. Incidentally, the Chargers with 6 team fouls, so Lynn will be in the bonus in the final 10-18 of this one. Chargers plug it into play as it ricochets down on the ground, and turnover number 13 as the Chargers turn it over again. Down low goes Reykjavik, jump hook on the baseline, no good, and a foul call on Reykjavik will give the basketball back to the Chargers with 10:07 to go. It is 61-52. We keep hanging around, but every time we get even a little bit close, Lynn has an answer. Saxton to bring it up, and what is a deficit of 9. Saxton crosses the timeline. Troy bounces it up ahead of Herring, who attacks the lane, and he is fouled on his way in. And what will be called a blocking foul on Lynn. Barry. Nope, Scholl commits the foul, not Barry. Chargers to plug it into play. Again, the deficit is 9. Inbounds it goes to Herring along the baseline. He goes. His layup is no good and rebounded by the Knights. Running with it is Wilson. Fires it up ahead, left wing. Long 3-ball left wing is no good by Barry, but rebounded by Preston Herring, who's fouled in the backcourt. And Scholl bumped into Herring and actually got the worst end of that deal. Looks like he may have twisted his ankle as he is coming off the floor, limping noticeably. And Harrison will check in for Scholl. And to the free throw line we go, and the clock is stopped, and a chance to get a little closer with the clock stopped here. Free throws are oh so important in the month of March. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good for Preston Herring. Full court press again with it. Johnson crosses the timeline. Fires up the jumper. No, he tried to pass it. It's stolen away by Ronnie Mack. Chapman back with it. Fires it up ahead to Mack. Mack with it right wing. Mack needs some help and bounces it down low to Troy Saxton. Troy along the baseline. His pass is stolen away. Turnover number 14 for UAH as Harrison dribbles it out left wing. Harrison bounces it out to Wilson. We are still in this with under 9 minutes to go. The deficit is 9. Top of the key with it. Harrison, 15 on the shot clock, spins his way in the lane, nearly walked with it. Kicks it out to Barry, 8 on the shot clock. Down low it goes. Bangs his way into the lane. Jumper in the lane is up and good for Landers. Lead back up to 11 for Lynn. Saxton with it, top of the key. Hesitates, and the lane he goes. Layup up and no good. Partially blocked by Johnson there defensively. Down low with it. Layup no good. Rebounded by Steve Webster. That was Barry who missed the wide open layup. Chargers will walk it back. We are running out of time, boys and girls. We need to go. The deficit is 11. Saxton gets a high pick. Sends it back over to Preston Herring. Herring, his layup is good. Count the bucket. He was fouled on the play. Preston Herring, his third made bucket of the game. Has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, but we have a media timeout as the Chargers trail it by 9 with 7:56 to go. Now this word from Senior Timberlake in league.
Please visit G2SA.org. Did you know that the NCAA sponsors 89 national championships each year? For more information about the NCAA championships, please go to NCAA.com.
Steve Moulton here with you. 7:56 to go. The deficit is 9 in the NCAA first round tournament. Lynn has led it 31 minutes and 21 seconds. And we have turned over the basketball 14 times. Preston to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point play, and it's good. So, the deficit is 8 with under 8 to go. Wilson in the backcourt. Greeting him is a full court press. Bounces it up ahead to Harrison, and he'll cross the timeline just in time. Bounce it over to Wilson. Near corner it goes to Johnson. Fire it out to Harrison. Thought about a three. Spins his way in the lane. Leaner's no good. Stick back opportunity is no good. Rebound is loose, taken out by Steve Webster. That was Landers who missed the stick back. With it, Mack, long three ball is no good. Rebounded by Johnson, and they'll run with it. Harrison in the lane. Harrison bounces it out near corner for a three ball, and it's no good. Rebound ricochets over to Greg Gardner. Oh, we're still in the neighborhood, folks. Gardner hesitates, fires it out to Mack, thought about a three, sends it back out to Troy Saxton. Troy resets it. 7 minutes to go. Now Mack into the lane. His layup is partially blocked and taken out by Johnson. Knights bring it back as we tick at 6:50, 6:49, 6:48, 6:47, and we trail it by 8. Wilson dribbles it out at midcourt in no hurry whatsoever. Now Harrison, he attacks the left elbow. Jumper is good. The Knights have just had an answer every single time. The deficit is 10 now at 65-55. With it, Steve Webster down at the baseline. Fires it over. Wide open three ball is no good, but stick back opportunity for Troy Saxton as he lays it up in, and no, they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow to UIH. 65-55. There's still a ton of time now, but this 10-point lead feels like a 30-point lead. Gardner to plug it into play. We have turned it over 14 times. And the Chargers will plug it into play. Gardner looking, still looking. And a 5-second call turns it over to Lynn. That is turnover number 15. So, Wilson will walk it up. And again, Lynn is in no hurry. We tick under 6 minutes to go. 65-55 your score in favor of Lynn. Harrison at the left elbow, down at the baseline. His leaner is good. Harrison had 12 at halftime. He now has 18 in this one. Did they call a foul as well? They did. Greg Gardner has committed his 5th foul. And there will be a late free throw. Well, free throw attempts now for Lynn. As Gardner tries to figure out exactly what they called. It was on the change of possession because Lynn is getting 2 free throws. Nope. Check that. It's a 1-and-1. Wilson, front end, is up. And no good. Rebounded by UAH. So the deficit is 12 now as we're running out of time. Saxton fires it over to Sieb, and it was off of Sieb and out of bounds to Lynn. 5:40 left to go. 67-55 your score in favor of Lynn. With it, Barry sends it up ahead to Harrison. Harrison dribbles it out and fires it back over to Barry. 5:22, 5:21, 5:20. That clock keeps ticking away on our season. Harrison, top of the key. 7 on the shot clock. Wilson, 5 on the shot clock. Into the lane he goes. Lost the handle, stolen away by Steve Webster. Here's a 3-on-1 ahead to Ronnie Mack, who kicked it out of bounds. And that is turnover number 17 for UAH. Full court press again for the Chargers. Wilson sends it up ahead. Harrison bounces it near corner. Holding it there is Barry. Barry pivots around. 20 on the shot clock, 4:46 on the game clock. It's 67-55. Harrison out top of the key it goes. Holding it is Landers. Bounces it down low. Fadeaway 5-footer is up and good for Johnson. He now has 14 in the game as the Chargers bring it back, trailing at 69-55 as a whistle stops the action at midcourt. And we'll have free throws as we try to get a little closer. We had it within 8, and we also had it within 9 a couple of times. We were at 59-50, I remember that, and had it within 8 with under 8 to go. But time is ticking away. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Long rebound ends up out of bounds to Lynn. Taylor Chapman, the last to touch it. Johnson to plug it into play as we're down to 4:18, 4:17, 4:16 as Lynn breaks the backcourt press, and the reverse layup on the other end is up and good for Landers. He had 11 at halftime. He now has 21 in the game. Right back with it is Saxton. Sends it out to Sieb Webster. Sieb fouled out on the perimeter, and he was. We've got our final media time out of this one. 3:58 to go. The Knights from Lynn University leading at 71-55. Now this word from Bob Wallace Appliance.
The sport has enhanced NCAA championships and the educational and athletic experiences of more than 460,000 NCAA student athletes.
The updates were always short, under 140 characters.
The Tennessee Valley's home of ESPN Radio is 97.7 The Zone.
Steve Webster to the free throw line as the Chargers trail it 71-55 here on the campus of Florida Southern College in beautiful Lakeland, Florida, the first round of the NCAA tournament. Steve Moulton here with you, welcoming you back as Steve Webster connects on what is his first free throw attempt of the game. Second free throw is good. Chargers winners of the Gulf South Conference regular season title as well as the conference tournament title last week. Right now in a world of hurt. Full court press. Scholl with it in the far corner. And he's fouled in the backcourt or stepping out of bounds with Scholl, and that turns it over to UAH. So the Chargers grab a possession as we tick under 4 minutes left to go in this one. It's 71-57. Saxton plugs it into play to Sieb. Left wing three ball is no good. Long rebound goes to the Knights. With it in the backcourt is Barry. Sends it over. That's to Wilson. Skips it up ahead, and the ball is loose, taken out by Kip Owens. Kip leads the charge, and he lays it up. No, but fouled on his way up was Kip Owens. And Kip will head to the free throw line looking for his first point of this NCAA tournament game. Clock is stopped with 3:36. Not impossible, but a lot's going to have to go our way. Front end of the free throws, rattles in for Kip. One more free throw to go here for Kip. Second free throw is no good. Right back, though, to Kip Owens. Dribble, drive it in, lays it up, no, swatted out of bounds. Off of Johnson there defensively. Preston Herring checks back in for Kip. Charger basketball. Inbounds it goes to Herring, hands it over to Saxton. Troy down to the baseline, fires up the layup. No, but fouled on his way up was Troy Saxton. And again, that stops the clock with 3:27 to go. Two made free throws here would make it an 11-point deficit. Not impossible, but a lot's got to go right for you. And I mean a lot. Saxton free throw. No good. Troy had 11 in the first half and still seeking his first point of this second half. And it is good. So it's 71-59 now. Chargers again going a full court press. Johnson looking, bounces it in, and fouled in the backcourt is Harrison. And we will walk to the other end for free throw opportunities for the Lynn Knights. Again, don't forget a full day of basketball for you here on 97.7 The Zone. As soon as we are done here, we will join in progress Auburn and Kentucky and the SEC basketball semifinal. Have the other semifinal matchup with Georgia and Arkansas. And we'll round out the day with more basketball with the ACC championship game with Notre Dame and North Carolina. Free throw up and good for Harrison. He gets one more. His second free throw is no good. Rebounded by UAH. Running with it is Saxton. Troy crosses the timeline, gets a high pick. Sends it over to Sieb, who gets the ball ripped away from him by Harrison. That might be an intentional foul. Sieb grabbed the jersey. It is an intentional foul, and that is the right call. So Lynn will get free throws plus possession of the basketball. And for the Chargers, that is turnover number 17 in the game. Harrison to the free throw line is good. He had 12 at halftime, now has 19 in the game. Second free throw is good. Harrison now with 20 in the game. And it will be Lynn basketball, but a timeout on the floor for Lynn. We'll keep it right here. It's a 30-second timeout. Chargers had it to within 8 with under 8 to go. And then one final surge for Lynn. And this is a night team that went 1-4 down the stretch. I say they went 1-4, but it's not like they were playing Little Sisters of the Poor. Their 4 losses in their final 5 games were to Florida Southern twice, Berry once, and Florida Tech. So their lone win was against Florida Tech in overtime. Lynn plugs it into play. And dribbling it out at midcourt is Wilson. Wilson dribbles it out at midcourt. Continues to dribble it out at midcourt and holds it there. 18 on the shot clock. Sends it over to Harrison. Harrison down at the baseline, lays it up and in. Harrison now with 23 in the game as Mack fires up a 3 ball, and it's no good as it ricochets out of bounds to Lynn. And it will be Lynn basketball with 2:41 to go here in this one. This is a first-round matchup in the NCAA tournament as we have a stoppage in play for substitutions. Don't forget, coming up next right here on 97.7 The Zone, we'll have coverage of the SEC basketball tournament. But coming up after the game, we'll talk with Coach Johnston in our post-game coverage here on 97.7 The Zone. Down to 2.5 minutes to play as Wilson dribbles it out at midcourt. Swings it over to Berry. He holds it and bounces it back over to Harrison. Shot clock down to 10. Now with it, Wilson swings it over to Berry, again left wing. Now bounces it out top of the key. 2 on the shot clock. A long 3 is no good. That by Landers and rebounded by Lynn. We tick under 2 minutes.